Watch those spikies. Evening folks, today we've got a little, well this evening we're doing a little bit of post-dinner fencing. The girls are with me, we're just going to put up some high tensile electric around the new paddock. So join us and we'll show you what we're going to do. Ooh, that looks like it might rain. Come around the back and I'll explain to you at the same time, girls. Right, so what we've got at the moment is our normal stock fence up to this height. And we've got a single strand of high tensile wire here, which is just stapled in like normal. That just raises the height of the fence. What we want to do now is put our last wire in up here. So this is quite often done in barbed wire or plain. We're going to put another one in about 100 mil up from here, but we want to make this one able to be electric.
So that if we have like cows, it'll be electric.
Well, it's more for the goats. More for the goats. So we'll explain that in a minute. But the main thing is that we can't have the wire touching the wood or the metal staples, so we have to use special brackets, which we've got. Your job is going to be to go along with the Sharpie, and you're going to mark on every post a dot. Ian, you're going to come in and get a bracket on every single post ready. And then I'll follow up and hammer them in, and then it'll be you'll take it in turns to pull the wire down. And I've got a friend for you to meet.
Who's that?
She's called Jenny. We'll do that in a minute. Let's get on.
Why is she called Jenny? Why did you get to choose her?
Spinning Jenny. I don't know. That's just what they're called. Right, Faith. You're going to use this piece of wood. If you put that on there,
and then you put it there,
and then just put a little mark there.
Let
me just see. That'll mean that that's. That height there. I think that's about right. We could possibly go a bit higher.
Yeah.
No one's going to get through that gap, but no, I think go with it. Go with that on every post all the way down. Now the other option you can do is to use a normal insulator like this. That's okay, but they're just not quite the same. I feel like these ones are going to be better with the high tensile, especially if we've got any changes in direction, which we shouldn't have here, but either way, we're going with the ones you fix to the post. They're not going to snap or move too much.
We've done half the field already.
You mean I need to catch up? Right, girls, what do you reckon? Do you think we're organised enough that I could be hammering and you could be threading the wire through at the same time?
What do you mean threading?
Well, let's go and set it up. Let's see if we can.
I think we can.
You'll be, whatever you do, it seems like you're being quicker than me. Oh yeah.
Is it heavy?
It's quite heavy, yeah. Okay. Watch out.
Just leave them.
Oh man. See, it seemed the ground's quite hard there.
So I'm going to grab the hammer.
That's right. Okay, I've tied off the inside and I've untangled everything. So what you need to do, we'll leave that extra bit, but you're going to go this way, Faith, or whoever.
Really?
You watch, come in. It's really wide, that line. You can go through. If we need to, you can go like that as well, but it's up to you. You can either go through like that and carry on, or you can just post it through the gap. Just make sure it doesn't do anything crazy. Like carry on, don't pull it too fast because it might just unspin.
Okay. I'll make sure.
Well, don't be near it when she pulls though.
The other two nails are in your pocket.
Okay. As you can see, this bunch are right characters. These are our 6 billy goats. and they're in with Samson. Normally we're trying to avoid mixing the sheep and the goats, but he's got to have some company. And but his son is going to move in here actually this week, but either way, they're all right. How you getting on up there? Get off! Get off!
Hey Samson! What's up? Yeah, you big ram! Guys, when you get in with the building too?
I'm getting attacked here. Ow, no, that's Nibbly.
Tea Nibbly.
They won't be doing this in a few hours when it's all on. Just got the tricky thing is you don't really want to be hitting the plastic. Alright, slow down. So much nicer to hammer into these big strainers. Thank you, Nibbly. So basically I'm taking it to there, got one more to do, and then a slightly different setup on the last one. Do you want to show us which method have you decided to do? Ah yeah, the old twist and turn. Very good. So we're almost there and we haven't run out of wire, which is good. Just watch those spikies. All right, you okay? Will it pull down? You're gonna end on this one, Faith. Go through there and just pull it down. We want a bit of extra, just pull it down to about here, okay? And then I'll see you at the top. That's looking good. It's 100 mil. Usually this one's a bit closer, but either way, it's kind of ending up so the fence is the right height. I think this is going all right, isn't it? Get into the rhythm. We'll bash out the rest of the field boundaries. We've got a few more where it's just plain wide. We don't need to electrify it. What's that? The fencing handshake?
No! It's just that. Faith, let's do it. Let's do it, Faith. Let's do it.
It's all a bit secretive, that. Okay, now we've got to go and anchor it to the top post. It's looking really smart, girls. Well done. Yeah, we're reversing all the way back. Rewind.
Rewind, rewind.
Back to Jenny.
Back to Jenny. Oh,
the spinner.
The spinner that I've been keeping track of.
Right, next job is we needed one of these. A nice egg. And we didn't bring our wire cutters. Leatherman for the win, hopefully. The smallest pliers in the world. Oh, I can't believe, where are they? They're on the steps, aren't they?
I got an egg beater.
Oh, you can just about snap it. Right, so we don't need that yet. Tell you what, there's definitely a better knot for that, but you fencing purists can tell me the way I should have done it. I'm going to now pull that all the way down to the other end, and we need to put we need to put a gripple in the middle and pull it tight. They're being brave for once. They're stood in the rain. We'll sit and not be brave. Rainbow! We've got to be nearing the end. Right, so what I've done down here is done exactly the same, but I've actually just tied a knot this time. I need to learn these fencing knots. I just twisted it around and back through itself. That's not going anywhere now. So, at the moment, this is just too long and floppy all the way up. I need to put a gripple in, and I'm going to put it in here. So I'm going to make a cut, slide a gripple on, pull as much as I can through by hand, and then we'll use the tool. Right, slide that. Careful, mind your eyes now because you've got sharp. I'll go and grab the other end, the other wire. Okay, that's it, pull it tight. Pull it tight.
Okay. I'm still getting money.
Yeah, you both done well. You both earned some pocket money. Okay.
I can't.
Then I'll pull my one.
You gotta pull
Okay.
yours.
Bit more.
Help me pay.
That's fine. And then now we can get the tool on it. So grab that tool.
It's in 2.
How tight's that now?
Yeah, a little bit more tighter.
Right, I'd say that's pretty tight now. Let's go up to the next one. It's certainly as tight as the one below it. I like it pretty tight. I think we'll go one more squeeze,
yeah,
and then that should be good.
I said 2 more.
2 more. Give it a little tweak.
Maybe even 3.
It actually tells you on here your torque settings, and you can go pretty
tight.
Yeah.
It was tight as nothing at all.
Well, trouble is, I guess if we tighten it too much, it might make the one below more slack. Don't know where he's put the join in. We can always come and tighten it, that's the good thing about it. Bring more fencing pliers next time, girls. Right, one thing I have noticed you can buy are little sleeves. You slide them on first, then once you're done, you slide them back over these two, because obviously these are really sharp. I think Tom just wound them round, but either way, I think I'm going to try and, even just a really small cable tie, just neatly do that. And then that means that I can always come back and nip it up a little bit tighter if I feel like this is just going to give over a bit of time. But I think that's fine. Even without being electrified, that's enough of a deterrent to stop Samson jumping over, because we're away next week. The ewes are coming up into here for a week to help family who are farm sitting look after everything, and I just don't want anyone jumping over, because we don't need winter lambs. So I'm just in the middle of editing that video. Realised I did a terrible job of those insulators on the end, so it's time to come out and redo it and then add it to the video and show what a plonker I was. It was only a couple of days ago, but we were clearly rushing. So let me show you what I'm going to do differently. These are on wrong. That wire should be in that slot, and that one should be in that slot. We've actually pulled it through. Should be able to reuse it, but so I need to get rid of that. So I don't have the tool. You have a little tool that you push into the hole there, and it relieves the grip on there. But I did a test just now, and a 16 gauge nail works fine. Right, a little bit of trial and error. I ended up just cutting it because I tensioned it, put the pin in, it loosens it off, but then the tool gets stuck in there. So in the end, I just cut it and it was fine. It didn't really ping much. So instead of just going round and through the insulator and going through the wrong hole, what you're meant to do is go round the post on itself, put this knot in here, which is what I've done, like a normal termination knot, which I'm trying to get better at. And then you come straight forward, and you come put a bend in it, you come through, back over and tight. So now this is completely anchored where we want it, and now we need to put another one through here. I'll just find out how we do that knot. Right, we'll get better. We will get better. There we go. I've gone through that side now, so it's actually in the channels rather than just in the holes. So it's much stronger, and it can't pull through the plastic. So knot there, 6 twists there, or 4 actually. Same here, could have been a bit tighter. So that is all good. I guess you could put this a little bit closer, but actually you probably can't if you're doing knots. The only thing I need to get better at is once you tied the knot, you then can snap it off rather than using the pliers. If I use my wire cutters, I can only get that close with those. So if you do a little bit of a twist and flick, you should be able to snap it cleanly, but I haven't mastered that yet. So now we'll use this extra bit of wire, put our join back in, go into the gripple, and we should be good, and I can avoid being told off in the comment. Right, I've also taken my slack back and just put a couple of turns. That still gives me enough there if I ever needed to get gripples back on here, but it just means that there's no sharp edges. It's a bit of a neater job. Right, while I go back and edit this video, I'll finish with a little explainer on why we've done this in this particular way. So this field here is our main winter grazing. It's nice and dry all year round grazing up here. It's not the best soil and it doesn't grow the best, the quickest as grass, but it's a safe place for all the livestock to be in the winter. Now, because it's a limited space for our numbers, we strip graze it and that just rests the ground a bit more. So rather than just letting them have the whole lot, we have been running it in strips from about, well, I guess October onwards we were doing that. So if you do that, then you kind of need to have a way of joining. If you're doing it, let's say a square field like this, you're putting 2 electric fences across. Those electric fences need to be joined somehow. So this basically becomes our permanent live wire that goes all the way up over the brow of the hill to the top gate. So we can hook on an energizer either down here or at the end of one of the strips, and the power will energize the bottom fence. Let's say coming across here, we'll hook it on here with a connector. That will be live all the way up, and then anywhere we want to, we can just put the next one on. So it makes sense to just have this as a permanent live with the energizer on it, either from the battery or from mains. And then, like I said, we can just zone off a little bit, or just keep it as a constant strip all the way up. It also means that the goats won't try and climb and get over this way. In the same way, we could do the same on the top strand that's still got to go in on the hedging. The only thing there is this will short out quite quickly on any vegetation that grows over. Fine if it's mains, because that kind of kills the leaves as it hits them, and things just don't grow in quite the same way over it. Otherwise, what I've also got is some offset insulators, which are a little sort of 150mm bar that comes out with a plastic insulator on. So that's what we're going to be using over on that side over there, because it basically stops the goats from climbing the hedges, or climbing the fences I should say. These 6 billy goats in here, or wethers, but dairy billies, are pretty lightweight, scrawny little things, and they don't damage the fence. Whereas if I bring the bull goats in here, they are so heavy, and one of them goes at the hedge, all 20 or 30 of them will go, and it'll just crush the whole fence down. So there we go. We learn, I got it wrong, it's now right, or at least closer to being right. This is how we're going to do it in the future. So come round, terminate it off, a little leg of wire here goes through, that gets tied off there, the other one from this side comes in round, and the same off that side. So just these little sharp bits to watch, but it's no different from barbed wire. We'll just have to be careful of those, and I'll get better at snapping it off closer to the wire. There you go, lad. I'm sorry, all the girls have come in to the field now and they're going to tease you through the fence. You've got a few months of abstaining still. Oh, you're so strong! Ah, I wonder you're not drinking your water. Somebody's taking a dump in it. We'll do our outro now, just in case the battery dies. If you want to check out more fencing videos, we've actually created a playlist now, I think, on the channel. So I will link to that at the end. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Take care, we'll see you next time. And thanks to the girls for helping.
It's 0%.
Yeah. Press stop recording now, just in case.